What's going on, Fortnite fans? In this video I'm going to be dropping in the OG map for 20 games. Basically there's 20 spots on the map, so I dropped to the 20 spots on the map. Obviously in this video there's going to be a lot of me dying, but you know what I'm saying, it's just going to be a little fun video that I decided to put together. So this video was took me a little while to make, so I'm sorry, but let's just get straight into the 20 drops. If you were an OG Fortnite player, you were probably just as excited as I was to play on the OG map again. And in game number 1, I decided to drop into Pleasant Park. Pleasant Park was pretty packed, but I luckily got this house all to myself. Unfortunately though, I got a green AK out of my first chest, which I was pretty bad at. And of course in my second chest, I also got another green AK, and I just left it on the ground. While I was farming mats, I found a bush, which I put on, of course. Bushes allow you to get shot and not take any damage, so I think it's worth it in my opinion. Someone grappled over here, but I thought he was gonna go through the front door, but apparently he didn't. He went to the top of like the roof thing, so I built a portal fortress and just shockwave out of there. I ended up making it to Haunted Tales without being shot by him once, but I finally found a tack, so I can actually fight people up close. This guy took a rift to go, and then I was shooting him at the sky, but I basically missed all my shots. I also got some better loot as well. Here we go again, missing all my shots, but I finally decided to push this guy after he decided to land. I knew this guy didn't have that much shield because I did shoot him before. He could have taken a couple minis, but I'm pretty sure he was still pretty low. Also, me and him got in a little fight, but it didn't really go anywhere. Me and him were fighting for so long that the storm actually caught up to me, and he decided to take a rift to go, and I probably should have done the same and probably got into his rift. I mean, I tried to get into his rift, it just took too long and I couldn't actually get into it. Once I got out of the storm, I decided to box up and take a med kit. I think the majority of us would do the same. I kept my nose pretty clean until I found this spot at the soccer stadium. I was actually doing pretty good too until I fell down, and now I was at the low ground and she had a rocket launcher and I couldn't really do anything to stop her against it. And then somehow she sprayed into my box and I actually escaped, but I don't know how I did that. I was trying to break out of the thing, but she just kept shooting me as I was trying to build while I was trying to get height and, you know, med. Like, look at me, I'm just building all the way up trying to take my minis. She broke all my stuff down, and then she shotgunned me in the face, and it lagged a little bit and I died. In game number 2, I decided to drop down at Dusty Divot. For some reason there was a lot of people landing here. I don't know why. It's not that, I mean, it's a good place to land and all, but it's not that good. I don't know why there's this many people landing there. Would you look at that? My first weapon was a shotgun, my second weapon was an AK. This game was actually looking pretty good for me. Yeah, but then a bush stuck up behind me and I died. In game number 3, I decided to drop Snappy Shores. Snappy Shores is a really good place to drop. It has a lot of chests and a lot of people, so a lot of kills. After I got looting up my house, I went and fought this dude right here, and he was, I thought he was a bot at first, but apparently he wasn't. And after a while of us fighting, I decided to box up and try to take a chug jug, but he did not let that happen. I went to go edit the wall and the game froze and I died. I had a lot of bugs, crashes, and freezes in this 20 drops, but this game I'm deciding to drop in Lazy Link. So it's pretty packed here, but I got this little area to myself. Also, we do not talk about what happened in this game. I don't know what my aim was doing. It was just garbage. Here in game number 5, I decided to drop in Flesh Factory. This place is pretty big, and nobody actually landed here either, which is pretty good. After I looted up Flesh Factory, I moved to this little disco area, and I saw someone in there, so I wanted to fight them. Me and him were playing this little door game until he decided to finally come out and actually shoot me, and I was not ready for him to actually come out, so I just started spam building everywhere. And then he pickaxed my roof, and my excellent editing skills actually got me out of there, which was actually pretty cool. I was actually really impressed with myself. I only had one shot to hit him, and I missed it, and I died. In game 6, I decided to drop in at Fatal Fields. I really like this place. It has like a lot of loot, and nobody landed here this time either, which is actually really good for me. And it puts you pretty good on the map too. Like, you're not in the middle, but you're like getting close to it as well. After I left Fatal Fields, I decided to go to Salty Springs, which there was people already fighting there, so I decided to, you know, do what everybody does and third party the crap out of these two guys. And I actually ended up killing this one guy here too. I actually stole this guy's kill, and I know he was pretty mad over that. And he actually dropped it away, and I had no idea where he went. I was actually trying to look for him. I just had no idea where this guy went. And then I started getting sniped at from somewhere. I had no idea where it even came from either. And then after a while, this guy finally decided to show himself after like 2 minutes of not showing himself. And then we got in a little heated build battle. And just like last game, I had that one shot to kill him, and I missed it. And it kind of sucks. He only lived at like 20 HP or something. Here in game 7, I'm dropping down at Wailing Woods, and I found this llama on a tree as well. After I got done looting up, I couldn't find that llama. I had no idea what tree it was in, and the thing is that it unmarked it as soon as I like started like looting up. It was so weird. I found it eventually, of course, but it still just took me forever because it unmarked itself. In this game, I made it all the way to 17th place with a purple scar, a rocket launcher, and an attack before this guy decided to beam me out of this stupid zip line. And of course, I just died. There was nothing I could do really. Dropping at Risky Reels game 8, and this one's gonna be a good one. I don't want to bore you with the details of me, you know, looting up and everything, so we're just going to get straight to the action. I started off by shooting this bot that was clearly a bot. The game lagged, but, you know, it was a bot, so I wasn't, you know, worried at all. I think Fortnite started to feel bad for me because this guy was also a bot, and, you know, I dealt with him. Here we go again with another bot. You know, honestly, I feel like Fortnite should take the bots out at this point. Like, I just don't feel like we should have bot lobbies. My game is lagging like crazy right now too, but, you know, it's a bot. Like I said before, it doesn't really matter if I'm lagging. It's just a bot. My next goes on this guy who was just trying to run away and didn't even see me until after he was already dead. This guy literally came out of nowhere with a rocket launcher. Like, I had no idea where he was even from. I slapped him in the head though, but I had no idea where this guy even came from. Once I made it to Dusty Divot, there was a guy there and me and him had a little build battle for a while, but nothing really came up out of it. That's until he decided to fall all the way off the edge and give me a free kill, which I'll always take. And then there's this default down here in the game. Like, I actually opened up my inventory, but this default wasn't really good at the game. Kind of lost him for a second too. I had no idea where he went, but I killed him. And then another dude showed up out of basically nowhere. I didn't hear him, I didn't see him, nothing. And then he just came out of nowhere. Instead of fighting that dude, I went down to that other guy that died to fall damage, and I just took all that guy's loot because he had pretty good stuff on him. Nothing really happened till the end of that game whenever I had to move to the middle of the circle and I got sprayed on both sides by two people. I went to go out to rush this guy and I ended up not being able to do anything. I just had to build up and box myself in. This guy decided to start spraying through my floor and then he shot me in the face and I died. There was a bit of time between that last game and this game. I was really salty about that last game, and I couldn't help but like feel that if my game wasn't like freezing all the time, I wouldn't have died. But still, either way it goes, we're dropping Loot Lake. This is also the time where Kevin the Cube was up in the sky lifting up the island, so everybody wanted to go there. Nothing really happened this game until I got all the way to a tomato temple where two people were having like a standoff or something. I don't know. But I kind of got in the middle of it and I kept getting sniped at. I started shooting at their structures and then I got absolutely lasered by that dude. So I had to box up and med up. After I got done medding up, I decided to leave because there was no point in staying there. They weren't doing anything. Nothing was really happening. And then this guy landed on this tree, so I decided to knock it down. He ended up falling down right on top of me and then started shotgunning me in the face and the panic started setting in. After a while, I started to box up and this guy was not letting off my wall. He just kept doing it and then I shot him. I cracked him. I let him in my box. This guy was still so thirsty for this kill and he died. He died all for that. I did all this just to get sprayed into my box by this guy, mess up my double edit, then die. In game 10, I decided to land at Paradise Palms where I found this little, I don't know if it was a bot or not, or if he was just really bad at the game, but I'm also bad at the game. Look at these shots. Look at that shot. I don't know what I was doing. Nothing really happened in Paradise Palms, so I went to Fatal Fields and I went into this very intense build battle with this Crystal, and she just decided to fall off the edge and die to fall damage. Doing all this, wasting all my matches to die to fall damage. I got to the end game in game 10 whenever this guy was so annoying. He just kept following me everywhere I go. This guy would just come with me. I tried to take a rift to go and this guy would just follow me with the rift to go or shoot me out of the sky. It was so annoying. Also, look at him coming again. You can hear him with the grappler. He just came again. I rift to go again. Guess what he does? He decides to go take the rift to go with me. Once I boxed up, then there was two people shooting at me. The guy was trying to pickaxe one wall and then the other guy was on the other side of me trying to shoot out my other wall. It was like I was pinned between two people. And yeah, once the storm started to push in, I was starting to run out of mats and everything, and I had the tunnel, which I'm not very good at, and the guy was sitting right on top of me while I was trying to tunnel it. And you know, while I was trying to tunnel and everything, I ran out of mats and I died. I'm landing at Shifty Shafts in game 11 and there was only like 2 or 3 people landing here, so I had a pretty good chance of staying alive. I decided to land on the houses because the houses give you a lot of good loot and most people don't go there. They usually go to like the mine shafts. And then there was this guy just standing there and he basically just let me kill him. He only like shot me like once or twice. There was another person here, but I dealt with him pretty fast. Things got a little heated between me and this girl. Also, I just cracked her and she was pretty low, so I decided to start rushing her. And then she shockwaved on top of me and then I basically just potato mode and did nothing about it. And then I went to go rush her box and then she phased straight through my wall, edited down and sprayed me to death. I actually had a pretty good chance of winning this one. I just missed all my crucial shots. In game 12, I decided to land Tomato Temple and I went out dancing. There was nothing else I could do. I was low and she was in my box and yeah, I just basically just let her kill me. I'm landing Haunted Hills in game 13. This place is pretty like secluded from everything else, and it has pretty good loot, so I decided to land here. There was only one person that actually landed here, and I pickaxed him to death. Nothing happened until I got a build battle with this guy at Pleasant Park, and I absolutely got destroyed by this guy. I didn't even get to hit him once. I'm dropping in a lucky landing game 14, but I completely missed the drop, and now I have to loot up this little gas station. There was like 3 people here, and I decided to rush this guy on the side instead of rushing the other 2 people that were already fighting, because I could probably get an easy kill on this guy. I sprayed into his box, and then I killed him. Like I said, there was like 3 or 4 people here, so as soon as I got done killing that guy, I was in another build battle with this guy. Me and him were actually going at it for a while. Nothing happened. Like, no one was hitting each other. Nothing was actually happening. We were just basically going back and forth. That's until I took his wall, edited him, and shot him right in the head. That's until I was farming mats with my back turned, and this guy shot me with a rocket launcher and started spamming me with an AR. That game had a lot of potential, and I just threw it away. Here in game number 15, I went to Junk Junction because I felt like trash. After I looted up Junk Junction, I went to Pleasant Park, and I started shooting at this guy right here. I was actually playing pretty well until this guy decided to lag through my box and then default dance on me. Here's game number 16. Did you like it? I didn't. I was frozen the whole entire time while this guy killed me. Like I said, I had a lot of freezes and crashes and everything in this 20 drops, but this game we were dropping Lonely Lodge. I broke the whole entire structure down in this game, and I just decided to let all the loot fall down. Nothing really happened until I got to Retail Road, where I had to fight these 2 guys because they wouldn't fight each other. They just wanted to fight me for some reason. I ended up killing one of these guys, and I was pretty low. The other guy knew that, rushed into my box, and killed me. After that game, I decided to land at Retail Road. The first person I ran into was this guy, and he decided to start spraying me and everything, and I was like super low. Then a third party came, shot me in my back, and I died. There was like 5 days between the last game that I just played and this game, and this game I'm deciding to drop in at Greasy Grove. There was one guy here that I had to kill real quick, and he almost actually killed me too, but I killed him. And then there was this other guy that rushed me, and then we went into a build battle for a while. And then he decided to fall all the way down to his death, and I didn't even get the kill credit because I didn't even shoot him once. Then I boxed up in this little fortress, and this is going to come in very handy later. I'll show you guys in a second. It's going to come in handy right here. 2 people are fighting right in front of me, and they can't even see me. But yeah, I waited in here for a while. I really wanted to win. I came out whenever there was only 2 people left in the game. One of them was on my left and one of them was on my right. I was basically stuck in the middle. And then the other one rushed one of them, and I was basically in the perfect spot. And I got put the second to last player in the game, so now it's a 1v1. I broke down his structure to try to make him die to fall damage, but it really did nothing because it just grappled away. Me and him went into a little build battle for a little bit, but it didn't really, nobody even touched each other. I didn't even hit him once. Yeah, that storm was coming. He was rushing out. And he tried to get out too. But I didn't let him. The game lagged a little bit, but he died to Storm, and I won. After, what, 18 games, finally got my first win. A little bit of time has passed since this game and the last game that I played, but last but not least, we have Tilted. And I purposely chose Tilted for the last drop as well. After I looted up this little house, I decided to leave Tilted. I did not want to stay here any longer than I had to. And I basically just flew around Loot Lake for a while. That's until I decided to go up and fight this dude, which was just a stupid idea. I don't know why I did that, so I decided to just jump off. Once I got away, I started looting up this little key looking area and had a whole bunch of stone in it. Once I was about to leave, this guy sniped me or something. I don't know what he actually shot me with, but I just decided to take a rip to go because it was my best option. Looks like the game is going to end in Tilted Towers this time. And I decided to build a little fort on top of this little shack. But that circle was moving and I had to go. Whenever I slid down this mountain, I took like 60 fall damage. And I was looking for meds the whole entire time, and I ran up on some bananas and cabbages. After a little bit of time has passed, there's 2 people left in the game, and they both have to rush towards me. And while I was on the high ground, I shot this guy in the head for an easy kill. And now it was a 1 versus 1. He took off some of my health, but it became a mad dash to get to the new circle. He tried to push up and try to kill me, but I did not let him. And then he died to fall damage, giving me the win. It's kind of weird how the last 2 games that I played were both wins. Well, Fortnite fans, that was my 20 drops in the OG Fortnite map. Hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, make sure to like and subscribe. I know I did a lot of dying in this video, but I still did win 2 games. If you guys want to see more of this, make sure to like, subscribe like I've already said. And I'll see you guys in the next one.